Ere, how did you find Carnivore?
Hmm. Actually, it found me. I didn't find it exactly as somebody who visited your channel a few weeks ago. I was watching, and she said the same. Um, my husband found it, and we had lots of health issues for years. We were trying everything to heal, and somehow this popped up, and he was asking from our functional medicine doctor, who is from Finland, who is dealing with gut issues mostly, what she is thinking about it. And although she haven't never mentioned anything about food, just about supplements and how to take the supplements, she said that, oh, my husband is carnivore, doing it 2 years, and I don't eat grains also. And we were like, where you were before? Why you didn't mention it before? So she just gave like red, not red, green light for us. So we just jumped in, and I even didn't watch any video before. I didn't read anything because I was in a point where I had nothing to lose, anything. So about a year ago, I was in so bad situation that I didn't see next day coming, and it was okay. This is the relief from the pain for long years, and it was okay. But so we didn't have anything to lose. So the vegan started to be carnivore.
Oh, so you were vegan before?
Yeah, I was like plant based 40 years prior to that, and not because of any belief or religion. It was just or ethnical reasons. I didn't like the meat, never from the birth. As long as I remember, I didn't like meat or fish, so I didn't eat any of this.
Wow. So, was your husband also plant-based before?
Um, she was no, he was normal person, but also he tried he tried plant based diet also prior to this, because he was already looking like 7 years different ways how to heal, and and then we found medical medium diet that made it everything worse, of course. And at the end, we were very plant-based, very organic, full food, no dairy, no gluten, no sugar, but still the health was going worse and worse and worse. We couldn't figure it out why it is so. So he figured out that celery juice doesn't heal too, and then he trusted the instincts and was eating the meat again. But it wasn't enough because there was so many plants in our menu, because you should eat 30 different colors and ingredients of the plants per week. And so yeah, we did everything correct as we thought we should do, as the food medicine doctors and therapists told us to eat fiber and so on and so on. But
Mm.
yeah, here we are.
Wow. So what kind of health issues were you and your husband suffering with?
Leaky gut, IBS, SIBO, reflux, chronic fatigue, constant bloating, diarrhea for years. Even I had blood, constant pains, inflammation, traumas from doing weight training. I started to have traumas, or eating plant-based cutlet. I broke my teeth, and I was like, "What?" I'm like collapsing in every part of my body, and yeah, and they didn't heal. That was the problem. Like years ago, having trauma and still pain hurt, shoulder hurt, and the knee hurt. And when I cut out that first grains, then within few days, 2 or 3 days, all pain was gone, and I was sold. And I knew that this is the thing that is working for us clearly, and yeah.
Right. So the changes were almost instant for you.
For me, yeah, instantly, because within one day I lost 1 kilo, another day half kilo, another day half kilo. I was so inflamed, so that my husband said in the morning, oh, "You look so beautiful," and the evening, "You look now even more beautiful." I was like changing within hours the way I was looking, because I was so bad in a situation. I was barely surviving, and now I'm thriving, like I was in 20s, like amazing.
Wow. And your husband had similar health issues to you?
Yeah, similar, but he also have autoimmune issue. So he's right now working with that. My gut issues were healed about within 4 or 5 months completely, when I didn't have any more diarrhea and I was fat adapted and so on. But and his numbers, thyroid thing, Hashimoto he has, are also now getting better. But we have heard that it can take 1 year or 2 years. So yeah, we keep on going, no going back anymore.
That's fantastic. And so it's been about a year?
Yeah, about year, yeah. So we started
Yeah.
July 2024, and I did like one day at once. I couldn't imagine being able to eat meat and only meat 3 times a day, 30 days. I did it like every day was like new day, and I was just trying. And now it's 300 and plus days, and yeah, it feels so natural.
That's awesome. And so, yeah, now you don't feel like, oh, I've got to eat the same thing again. It's just like, feels good. I want to eat and then I'm done.
Exactly, yeah. I was so addicted to the food, or constantly had to eat and think about food. So it's total liberation from that. I have no hunger, I have no blood sugar spikes. I feel so calm and steady, when before I could kill somebody if there was too long period when I couldn't eat because the blood sugar was spiking so heavily. So I was like a drug addict, but it was carb addict. Yeah, and now it's very smooth. Like I don't
Mm.
need to think about food. I'm like even right now eating once in a day in the evening. I go in the morning outside doing gardening 7 hours in the road, physical job, and feel totally okay. And before I was just laying on the couch, and that was my maximum energy that I could do.
That's fantastic. And so I think, you know, what that feeling of being angry if you can't eat what you want to eat, that kind of hangry feeling, that's one of the best things to get rid of. You know, you just get stable, you calm, you know. And getting hungry now, I think, is more like it builds up very slowly over time. It's almost like your body's reminding, "You're gonna be a little bit hungry soon. You're gonna be a little
Hmm.
bit hungry. Just remember." And you can calmly go and eat something. Whereas before, your body is saying to you, "I'm hungry now. Go into the fridge and just get something."
Yeah, and then you don't check what you are putting into your mouth. Then everything goes because you are so hungry. You were asking that how do I feel now, and uh, when and is it boring or something? No, I just eat whatever is on the plate. I'm lucky that because my husband likes to do the food, and I haven't never done the meat. So if I had to do it alone, I don't know. I would boil the eggs maybe only, but I get triggered. The body get triggered from the eggs, so I can't eat them a lot. So mainly I eat just lamb, beef, and wild boar, and yeah, that's it. And it's not boring. And what I noticed when I started to eat meat, even when I wasn't still like familiar of the texture and taste, and it was like um, this body wasn't used to, what I noticed when I was eating, my body started to do. I was eating and it was dancing. Finally, food, nutrition. Yeah, and that was the sign. Like, yeah, mentally it was difficult from the vegan to carnivore, and all the new textures and flavors and smells and so on. But yeah, that's why I was transforming like slowly. I had some veggies few weeks. So I had something familiar in my mouth and something that I don't like, and then mixed together, and then it was like smooth transition for me when my husband went cold turkey.
Right. And, so I can imagine your body was dancing after having deprived it of meat for 40 years. That's
Yeah,
yeah. And
and
it's going, "Finally, finally, I've
yeah,
been waiting
yeah.
for this."
Yeah, and that was so cool that we went to the Spain for 4 months to have a lots of sun, because in Estonia wintertime we don't have sun and our body is reacting. So we were in Spain, and we have been like few months carnivores. And one day I thought that I will count how many calories I'm eating, because I was still losing weight, this extra weight, and I was eating like 4,000 calories and still losing weight and not going to the toilet maybe every once in 5 days. I wasn't constipated, everything was okay. It was just the body was finally getting all these nutritions, building blocks, and building all this. So many, we have so long intestinal stuff that was leaky, had to heal all of that. So I was eating, yeah, like over 1 kilo meat a day. Now I'm eating 500, maybe 400. I don't need anymore so much. Body is healed, and that's enough for the day.
Yeah. So, are you eating 3 times a day still?
One time
Or
or two
only
times.
1?
Yeah, yeah. At
Right.
first, I started like because then I was eating 5 times a day, snacking before carnivore. So turning to carnivore, I was eating 3 times a day, small portions, because somehow, yeah, the body got full, or I couldn't eat because fat. I wasn't used to the meat, but at the same time, it was fulfilling. I didn't feel hungry, but the portions were small, and somehow then it switched to the 2 times a day, and now it's sometimes 2 times, sometimes 1 time a day.
Yeah. So, eating this way in Estonia, do you get, people asking, "Why aren't you eating vegetables?"
Yeah, sure. We all have been programmed to think that vegetables are healthy food. It's just programmed in the mind. And I'm also studied nutritionist. I am educated nutritionist. So, but even then, when I was learning this, I knew that half of it is not true. But yeah, but Estonia is small. But even our small in our Estonia, small Estonia, sorry, Facebook group I was doing is growing very fast. So people are open to it and looking for ways when everything else have failed them. So I'm very happy for that. That people are like us. We found it somehow, and now in Estonia too. Because in Estonia you don't find in Estonia language information about this. So it's like my mission.
Wow, that's great that it's growing. So, what is a traditional Estonian diet? Is it carbohydrate heavy?
Yeah, main food: potatoes, pasta, rice, lots of veggies, and some meat too. But of course, they say that red meat causes the cancer and so on. These all is in Estonia too. So people will eat like lean meat, maybe chicken, and that, and maybe summertime more meat. But yeah, basically, it's not as bad as sad diet, but pretty close, and not so much
Mm,
processed food maybe than maybe in some other areas in Europe, but still, it's quite here too.
right. It's really good that both you and your husband are doing it at the same time,
Yeah,
and you
it's
don't
very
have to
easy.
worry about, one person's having salads and the other person's not and all that. It's good to be able to do it all together.
Yeah, very easy. And our child also, who is now 18, started to do it with us. And when we started it, she told that finally one thing that everything agree and love it and likes to do it. But she's more like keto or low carb, and she's young adult. She can do whatever she wants to do. We can't put her in some borders. We just educate and give information, and she knows what she's gonna do. But she also have had many very good benefits with PMS symptoms. She don't have any. When she had years cramps like 10 days before period started, like crying, can't move in the bed, needed something warm. Now this month she said, I didn't know they just started. Was so happy.
Oh, that's awesome. So, the whole family's eating low carb through the carnivore. That's fantastic. And the Facebook group's growing, and that's awesome. So you mentioned that you went to Spain because, like, to get some sunlight. I've never been to Estonia, but I have been to Finland
Mm.
in winter, and I've experienced the like 24-hour darkness. Is it similar in Estonia in winter?
Similar, yeah. Like in
Oh.
December, there is 6 hours of daylight, but you can maybe have 2 weeks no sun. So even the 6 hours daylight is not light when you have no sun. So yeah, it's common to have depression and health problems because of that, and that's why we travel as long as much as we can in the winter time.
Wow. Is that quite common then in Estonia for people to try and travel around Europe, into more southern parts in winter?
Yeah, if possible, yeah, always going to
Mm.
at least Egypt or Turkey, or yeah, we prefer other places if possible, like Spain and Italy, and or I don't know, Sri Lanka, Mauritius, Costa Rica, wherever is more sun. And even when we had lots of problems with our digestion, then even when we were plant based, when we moved to let's say Sri Lanka for 2 months, our health improved, although we had one suitcase of supplements there too, and plant protein with us, and so on. But it still improved thanks to the sun. It gave some more energy to the body somehow.
That's fantastic. And just on, you mentioned that your doctor had previously given you lots of supplements. Do you still take all those supplements?
When I switched to carnivore, I continued to taking enzymatic stuff and tau enzymes, and right now I'm taking just magnesium and vitamin D because I was checking again, and when I don't take supplements, I have marker gene. I don't know how to say it in in right words. That doesn't do the methylate normally. So I have some homocysteine problem. So I need to take folates or something. It's just genetic, and I just can support with the food. And but yeah, something I need to take, but not for my stomach anymore, for leaky gut or IBS and so on. These are gone, and
That's awesome. So if a friend came to you and said, "Okay, Ede, I see you and your husband doing so well on carnivore. Please tell me how I can start." What
mm,
advice would you give them?
mm. Yeah, already so many friends. I don't have any fingers anymore. Have turned the upside down their diet, their lifestyle, and I'm very personal with each body. And as I'm doing one-on-ones also consultations because I have this background of nutritionist, now I'm sharing opposite information. So yeah, I relate with the person where she is, and will do accordingly. So I'm not like everyone have to be this way, because somebody can handle few carbs, some doesn't. My body doesn't. This goes down the hill, then I'm genetically fat and protein eater. And when I got this DNA test that maximum I could eat is 59 grams of carbs, I didn't take it seriously because I thought that how DNA test can show so exactly like 59 grams. So I cut out then pasta maybe, but I still had all these colorful plants and yeah, but now it's clear. Plus, I have sweet tooth, 10 out of the 10 genetically. So whenever teeth are touching something sweet, and carbs are like sugar and sweet, so yeah, yeah, I can't touch it. But for some, it can be okay maybe to have some.
Yeah, your situation sounds very similar to mine. Like as soon as I have anything that has carbohydrates in it, I can't stop
Mm,
eating.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and
the,
my
the,
body doesn't react well. Like I put on the like the water retention starts immediately. It's terrible.
yeah, same here. So you don't give a drug addict a little bit every day. You cut everything out.
Exactly.
That's how you do it.
Exactly. Yeah. The same with the way you treat alcohol or hard drugs, you have to treat carbohydrates. Yeah. Exactly. Um, so if people want to reach out to you, is there any way of getting in contact?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel where I have some talks with carnivore doctors to Anthony Jaffe and so on. It's era non-duality, but its main focus is non-duality, so I don't want to mix them up. Now I did a new channel. It's very fresh, so I start uploading there Estonia and the English videos, and it's Eat, Meat, Heal. Eat, Meat, Heal.
Awesome. Eat, meat, heal. I'll link to your YouTube in the show notes.
Nice.
Edith, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your and your husband's story. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was fun.